Okay, I'm doing a little scouting. Deer season's getting close. I brought 3 cameras out here just to get an idea if there's anything decent, because all I've seen is little scrub bucks and basket racks, which I don't hunt here very often. I might shoot a basket rack, but well, if there's a bigger one, I'll hold out. I know there's a lot of deer in here, lots of does and fawns especially. This here's a grove of persimmon trees. They're not going to be dropping yet. Oh, that one's loaded. I can see them. I don't know if y'all can see or not. They're up there. When season opens, they may or may not be dropping. There'll be a couple that are starting to drop. Ooh, big black snake. Where'd you go, buddy? Black racer probably. Joker's fast. Anyways, we're just gonna pick a good place to put a camera on this persimmon patch. It's right down the edge of a field. They bed in that thick stuff. There's a peninsula over there they bed on. I'm probably gonna go a little bit this way where it opens up and put the camera. All right, here's our little open spot where I wanna hang the camera. We got mud and then we got the water here. I'm just looking for distinct trails. It kind of is tracks all over the place, like scattered. I'm just looking for a distinct trail to put it on. All right, we got her facing straight in here. Tracks everywhere. I'm gonna drop a pin on Onyx and we'll move on and start scouting. Just looking to see what they've browsed on in here. It's not a whole lot of browse. Oh, there is some here. I don't know if that's some type of smart weed or what that is. And then this looks like I was gonna say a grape, but that's not a grape. I don't know what half of these plants are, but they've been eating on them. And of course, the greenbrier. They always eat on that. It's very high protein too. Surprised that nothing's jumped up and eaten these young tenders. I guess there's plenty of it in here. Definitely no shortage of the old sawbriar. We got some privet. They always eat that. Not the best, but they eat it. I just pulled up to another spot that I got a pin on to scout, and a deer. I just missed it on camera. A deer just ran through the woods. It's pretty woods in here. Okay, we're at the back of the cove now with this beautiful green creek bottom. And then right out there is some fields, which are public. But I want to see what the deer sign looks like in between the cove and the fields. Looks like a lot of browse. Old wooden tree stand right there. Here's the creek. There's another old stand right there. It looks like it's been there a while too. This used to be someone's honey hole. So look for tracks in the mud. It's kind of gravelly, but there's some mud in there. It's not beat down, but there's a few tracks. We'll keep that in mind if I don't find a better one. We're gonna go up towards these fields. This is what I like to see, a bunch of sawbriar that's all chewed on. Bunch of it. This is more like it. This crossing's got more tracks in it. Yeah, I can see the dirt worked up here. It's a nice open spot to get good pictures. So it looks like they're just skimming the edge of the field rather than following the water. I'm gonna take a peek out here. It looks like a grass hayfield or something. See if there's any cows or anything. There's a ton of tracks in the gravel here. I don't know if y'all can see those little impressions in the gravel. Those are deer tracks. Alright, looks like another trail right here. It's not well worn though. Looks like this was a cow pasture at some point. I don't see any cows. Yeah, see that? Gravel's kicked up. Definitely. There's not a lot of tracks going up the bank, but there's a lot in the creek, so I think deer are walking up and down the creek quite a bit. So we're gonna put this camera on the creek for sure, on the crossing facing up the creek. And here's our persimmon It's choked out with poison ivy. Is there fruit on there? I can't even tell. Doesn't look too promising. This little corner, I'm gonna walk up here and see what it looks like. Maybe I should find a solid root to step on. That's pretty up here. I could see bucks making scrapes here during the rut. Now, I don't know if I'll even hunt here during the rut. Oh, there's a side-by-side up there. This is public here, but there's a private farm that borders it that people, I guess they lease it or whatever. They run cows or used to run cows. They kind of treat it like their own. Anyways, this looks like a spot, the hanging branches where a buck would make a scrape. But I probably won't hunt here during the rut. I'm just planning for early season, first week or two of bow season. We're gonna go on the other side of this fence and hang the camera looking up the creek on that one good crossing I found. Make sure it turns on and works. I've had some problems out of these stealth cams. I tested it before I left home and it was working, so we're just gonna make sure all the lights light up. Hopefully we'll get some good traffic through here. All right, the camera's working. Got one more camera, a couple more spots I'd like to check out. I'm not too worried about finding a doe. I've already got that covered. We're just trying to see if there's any kind of halfway decent bucks in here. I'm walking back to the boat and there is a beat down trail here that's following parallel to the water. It looks like maybe a big rub from last year. Double check. That might just be a dead, no, that's the sunlight. Never mind, not a rub, but beat down trail. I'm gonna drop a pin right here just to keep it in the back of my head. So onX has finally added LiDAR to their base maps. If you're not familiar with that, I forget what LiDAR is. It's an acronym. I forget what it stands for, but it's basically high definition topography. Every little ditch, every little drainage ditch, every gully, every little hump. You can see logging roads. It's color shaded. There's a little box you can check to turn on LiDAR on top of the regular topo map, and it's color shaded, and you can see every little ditch. Say there's a lot of little drainage ditches in here that you couldn't normally see on the map, and it's very helpful to have, especially in the hills. This is mild rolling hills here. It's not steep at all, but if you're in the mountains and you want to find that little bench that doesn't show up on the normal topo map or topo map, then LiDAR is a huge help for narrowing down those little small terrain features that you would otherwise you have to walk a lot farther to find. So I'm very glad to see they finally put that in the app. If you haven't tried onX, you can get 20% off with the discount code. Link is in the description. Go to their website, make your account, put in my discount code. If you follow the link down below, it'll take you to the website with the discount code already applied. So you can get 20% off your first year, get an elite membership, have all 50 states. Anyways, I just found something cool here. Some type of, I'm gonna guess some type of wild sunflower, something in that family. I'm not sure though. Could be some type of mint. Whatever it is, the deer have destroyed the tops of it. Well, it's got little white flowers. Let me know if you know what that's called. Either way, deer tore it up. They've even tore that one up, and they've taken all the leaves off the bottom of this. I got a pin dropped on this little secret trail along the water because it might actually be a good place to hunt. And matter of fact, if I set the boat in the right place, I wouldn't have to leave the boat to shoot one. But anyways, we're gonna go on and check another spot out. All right, we got a good looking spot on the map. I'm gonna find out if it's actually good looking. Oh look, we got a 2-track 4-wheeler trail. No surprise there. Neighboring landowners like to treat this like their own. I see that a lot, but it is what it is. Well, there's definitely some deer in here. Found some sign, but nothing to really get excited about. Of course, I could hang a camera. Maybe there's a big buck in here, but I'm gonna save this camera for somewhere else. I got another spot in mind today, and then I'll be coming back tomorrow to do some more scouting. Well, this is the spot I want to check next, but we are on the main channel and there's a lot of big boats going by. So I got bilge pumps. I mean, it's not gonna sink my boat, but it'll beat it up against the bank. I really don't want that. It's a busy Saturday, lots of people on the water. We're gonna go find somewhere else. Doing a little poking around, just kind of taking a break here, enjoying the weather. We had a cold front come through. It is so nice out. If you haven't seen the new boat I just got done building, I've got the whole build series on the DIY channel, Catman DIY. If you have seen it, you probably know, you're probably familiar with it. I've posted it on Instagram a couple times, but it's my latest Jet John boat. This one I decked out, made it a little nicer. It's an old Mackenzie Cherokee hull, which I always wanted to build one with one of those hulls. This boat's a lot of fun to drive. It'll do donuts, it'll spin out. It goes about 42 mile an hour tops. So it's a lot of fun. I can get around getting some skinny water with it. And plenty of room on the back to fish off of, or put dead deer, or even sleep back there. So check out the Catman DIY channel if you want to see the build on it. But anyways, we're gonna go scout this. It doesn't look like anything special on the map. It's just woods, but we're gonna go do some poking around, see what the deer sign looks like, see if we can find something cool. I found some really hot deer sign here, the yellow kind. There's always a deer behind that. I'm probably not going to hang this camera today. I just want to have one more for tomorrow since I've got a whole day. I'm camping out. Got a whole extra day to scout. So I'm going to work my way back to the boat. If I see anything cool in this creek bottom, I'll show y'all. But if not, I will catch up with you tomorrow when we get back after it. Oh, there's another one back there. There you go. There's one bedded. Bedded down back there. Can't see if it's a buck or not. Can't see its head under this willow tree. It's probably another doe. Oh, there's two of them there. All right, we've already found a loaded persimmon. It's got a bunch of fruit on it. And it's dropping some early unripe ones. That's how I noticed it. We'll drop a pin on this one. Down here in these ditches by the water, it's the thickest. That's where I'm seeing all the deer. They bed down here. They loaf around all day down here in the shade, and the cooler, shadier, with more variety of green stuff to eat. See, that sawbrier's all eaten. That sawbrier's got no leaves at all. We got a little crossing here. This is a place to put a camera. They're even browsing on the blackberries, on the leaves. Yeah. Good little funnel right here. I just came up on this old dry pond that's holding a little bit of water. There's looks like duck potato or something closely related to it. This stuff has been heavily browsed on. I'm not seeing a lot of fresh tracks in the mud. I wonder if they were eating on it a while ago. I'm gonna walk around this thing and look for more fresh tracks. I just walked under this massive southern red oak. I'd say she's loaded. Got a couple of acorns on it. They're obviously nowhere near ready. Probably be a couple months before these drop, and I won't even likely be hunting here by then, but boy, she's loaded. Okay, we're coming back to this ditch crossing where I jumped that doe that was standing in the ditch. I think it's a good place to put a camera. Just next to deer movement down to a real tight little funnel. See if there's anything decent. I honestly don't have high hopes of there being a actual nice buck, but I might shoot a basket rack out of here. All right, we got this thing set up. Overlooking this creek crossing. That doe I walked up on was standing there. We got tracks, heavy trail coming across here. All right, we've got 3 cameras out and covered some ground today and yesterday. There's still a couple more places I'd like to scout. Got some cameras out. I'm looking forward to seeing if there is anything respectable or if it's all just does and scrub bucks, which if it is, I'm fine with that. I'll go kill my opening weekend doe. Maybe even shoot a basket rack 8-point. I don't know. That'll be it for this scouting video. I'll catch you all soon. It's getting close to deer season. I'll be out there on the water fishing and in the meantime doing other stuff, so I'll hopefully have something else cool for y'all here coming up soon. We got about a month till I start deer hunting, so it's getting close. Catch y'all later.